Douglas Luiz coming back to Aston Villa? Let's discuss. That is right. After his massive profile summer move to Juventus, there has been some rumours floating around the internet, and I don't know why my voice went so high for that, but there have been some rumours floating around on the internet that Juventus want him to get his mojo back, his joga bonito. They want him to get it back. And to do that, they are considering sending him back out on loan to Aston Villa, or out on loan back to Aston Villa, I suppose would be a better way grammatically to put that sentence. But it's been picked up by the tabloids, it's been picked up by Twitter, it's been picked up by MSN and all the likes of, the usual suspects. But I think it is interesting to discuss, because I actually think that midfield has been one of our stronger positions in this Premier League. We have started to fall off a little bit in coming weeks, in the last weeks, and in the coming weeks we do have a couple of injuries to deal with, which is going to be interesting to see how we deal with those. But do we even need Douglas Luiz? Would it financially make sense? What's the deal going to be? What's the implications of only having him back on a short-term loan to the development of other players in the squad? Well, we're going to be discussing all of that today. So if you are interested in videos like this, Aston Villa content and everything in between, leave a like, subscribe down for more. I would love to hit 3K by the end of the year. Can you help me towards that goal? Share it around with all your friends. Share it to all your mothers, because they love me. Let's talk about Douglas Luiz. So I think it's important to have a look at the man this season, Douglas Luiz. Like I say, that big money move to Juventus, and it hasn't particularly worked out now. He is injured at the moment, expected to return at the end of November, but 2 matches started the whole season in Serie A. 7 games he's actually had an appearance in, only played 269 minutes, and it has not been going fantastic for him in general. As you can see, there are only 9 games overall this season. That includes the Cups as well. And you can see his league performances. Champions League, he got 29 minutes against RB Leipzig. He got 15 minutes against PSV Eindhoven. He got no minutes against Lille. And then you just wonder what has been going on with him. Big up the Queensland Champion Cup 2002 with Aston Villa. Come on! But we look at his stats this season. Again, these aren't going to be particularly fair to him because he hasn't been getting that game time. But no goals, not even up to an expected goals of 1 yet. No assists. Still pinging around the ball at a 91.1% pass. Actually, that is what we come to expect from the likes of Douglas Luiz. A 76% long ball accuracy, a 31% cross accuracy, 8 chances created and 5 successful crosses for his teammates. Successful dribbles of 9 off of an 81.8% rate. That is pretty good. And we know that the ball at his feet, there ain't much better out there than Douglas Luiz. And then defensively, winning a decent amount of his duels percentage-wise, but his actual defensive output numbers, not fantastic, although he's won the ball back 4 times in the final third. It's not really, the stat that's going to be making us think, yeah, we should get him back on loan. But things haven't been working for him. He still looks like he has that class about him. He still looks like he's the same Douglas Luiz. But is he going to improve Aston Villa with our current crop of midfielders who are all fantastic? Let's have a look. This is our current strongest lineup. Martinez, Digne, Powell, Konsa, Cash, McGinn, Onana, Tielemans, Ramsey, Watkins and Rodgers. Now, the main thing that I'm a little bit disgruntled about with this team at the moment is the lack of imaginative. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. The lack of imagination is what I was trying to get at. Guys and girls, please do forgive me. That is coming from our midfield at the moment. Tielemans can make stuff happen. We all know that. He's been one of our best performers this season. But McGinn and Ramsey on the wings, for me, not quick enough, not really working. See my last video on a possible cheap way to fix that. And Watkins and Rodgers up front, brilliant, but they have been falling off slightly the last few games. And I think that is mainly because of a lack of direct chances. We haven't looked like creating anything from open play in the last 4 games that we've played of football. I mean, that's, again, I'm not going to do maths for you, but it's a lot of minutes. It's like nearly 300 minutes, I think, or even not, if not more than 300 minutes. But, you look in there, I don't think this area is the issue. I think the area of issues are here, here, and here. For Villa, you take them out of the equation, you just pop them over to the side there, just to get them out of the way. This bit isn't an issue. Those, I think, are the problem areas for us. Those 3 positions there are the ones that I feel like we really need to address. And, who do we take out? Onana doesn't come out because defensively he's more sound. You know, Kamara and Luiz was our centre mid partnership last season. We have Kamara now coming back from injury. Do you drop both of them out if Douglas Luiz comes back? The one that obviously drops out for me would have to be Tielemans, which is really unfair because I think Tielemans has actually, so far this season, been a better performer than Douglas Luiz might have been last season for us. Maybe the output in numbers isn't quite the same, but he's definitely stepped up to the plate and done a really, really good job. Now look, if we were starting Douglas Luiz and Onana in midfield, literally no one's going to complain about that. So ultimately, yes, everyone would take Douglas Luiz back, I think, at Aston Villa. Let me know down in the comments if you disagree with me. I just don't know what it adds when there's still 1, 2, 3 massive problem areas that we need to address more, I feel like, in this January. And I understand that it is just a rumour that's floating around, but for me, again, tell me if I'm wrong, I just don't know what it adds. So like I say, maybe I'm wrong on this one. Maybe I'm too harsh. Maybe I'm too critical. But why, sorry, my light just turned around. Why do we need Douglas Luiz back? Why do the media hype stuff like this up? I just don't get it, you know. It's probably a thrown out of context rumour that someone's heard from someone's auntie who knows the guy that cooks the pasta at the Juventus training ground. Do you know what I mean? Then it gets blown up, and then, you know, there's this big debate, and I feel like that's why, you know, I felt like it was good to weigh in. It's a good debate to have. I'd like to know what you guys think down in the comments below on this whole Douglas Luiz thing. Would he actually add much to our team this season, or would we be better investing in other problem areas that we definitely need to address? For me, Youri Tielemans has been doing an amply good job in the centre of midfield. Onana, we have Kamara coming back from injury, we have Ross Barkley on the bench, we have McGinn that can play through the middle, and I'm probably missing another one out as well. But, you know, for me, not the one. I would like to see us sign other players elsewhere. You've seen the last video where I covered right wing. Stick around, because in a couple of days, the right back video will be coming out. I said right wing, I meant left wing. Peace!